As a riding experience, the Multistrada V4 adventure bike is hard to fault. It'll provide smiles aplenty, whichever road you're on and whatever mood you're in. As a factory-built options model, the Grand Tour is the Multistrada V4S with all the comfort-enhancing boxes already ticked. It looks classy and will save you a few £100 over speccing up a V4S, but you can't help but feel Ducati have missed a trick by not basing this model on the Multistrada V4 Rally platform, with its bigger 30-litre fuel tank and updated low-speed rear-cylinder deactivation strategy, which would help address two of the bike's only real niggles: tank range or MPG and excess heat. Ducati's Skyhook semi-active suspension has been a feature on the Multistrada for 10 years and its performance is nothing short of supernatural. Linked to the IMU and riding modes, the system uses feedback from both the rider's inputs and the suspension itself to automatically and instantly adjust the damping as you ride. It was a big change in 2021 when Ducati launched the new V4 Multistrada. The talking point was the Granturismo motor, a new Panigale-derived V4 instead of a V-twin with a counter-rotating crank and spring-operated valves, rather than the traditional desmodromic actuation. The Ducatisti were in turmoil. However, they were soon won over once they'd fired up the V4, with its impressive 168 bhp or 170 horsepower or 125 kW at 10,500 revolutions per minute, and 92 pound-feet 125 Nm of torque at 8,750 revolutions per minute. The new Grand Tour carries on the same impressive motor, and for those planning big tours and miles, service intervals remain at 36,000 miles before the clearances need checking. Those who loved the old V-twin couldn't argue with the smooth and easy revving power of the new 4-cylinder power unit. Furthermore, while the V4 may have been a couple of centimeters wider than the old V-twin, it was even lighter by 1.2 kg, as well as shorter and lower too. The new Grand Tour shares its V4 with the current V4S and not the new 2023 Rally. It doesn't benefit from the latter bike's cylinder deactivation system, which deactivates the back two cylinders below 4,000 revolutions per minute, improving fuel economy, emissions and crucially, reducing engine heat to the rider at low RPM. The V4 motor housed in the V4S and new Grand Tour is a true diamond in Ducati's crown. It is versatile and powerful with 4 riding modes: Sport, Touring, Urban and Enduro, which brilliantly adapt and configure the bike's power modes and the huge list of rider aids to suit the moment. Ducati wanted us to fully experience the new Grand Tour, which meant nearly 2 days of touring with the integrated panniers fully loaded with enough kit for an overnight stay just outside Imola. The idea was to load up, quickly head to the destination and then, on day 2, enjoy some amazing roads testing the handling and performance of the new GT. This meant the first stint entailed mile munching on the motorway, which the Grand Tour took in its powerful stride. Accelerating from the toll booth onto the motorway, then heading south towards Imola, it quickly reminded that underneath the new livery is a powerful superbike-derived engine. The new Multi effortlessly powered up to cruising speed and cruised at 90 miles per hour seemingly without effort. The adaptive cruise control combined with the blind spot detection, along with ample power, makes high-speed touring genuinely effortless. Sometimes we all just want to get to our destination AQAP, and the GT is perfect for this, eating up miles without asking anything of its rider. On day 2, the GT proved how versatile that V4 motor is and how useful and intuitive the riding modes are. While the Multi-GT is able to dispatch swaths of Europe with the pace and stability of the TGV, it can also cut it at low speed with perfect docile fueling. In urban mode, power is reduced to 85.75 kW/115 horsepower with throttle response reconfigured to sweetly soft, and even the cut of the up and down quick shifter subtly adjusted to city needs too. Sport and touring modes have full power, but touring has a less direct feeling at the throttle, while sport is sharp without being overly aggressive. Most of our second day of riding focused on flowing up and down mountain passes, which meant touring mode for most of the time and flicking into sport for an extra kick in power up extra steep mountain roads. With so much power and torque to hand, the softer touring mode was my preferred option. As mentioned, we had 2 days of riding, with the 60-liter panniers fully loaded with kit and clothes for an overnight stay, but the added weight was hardly noticeable thanks to the GT's Skyhook semi-active suspension. The quoted weight of the Grand Tour is yet to be confirmed but expected to be a fraction more than the standard bike due to the extras. On the road, however, the bike's weight seems to evaporate. Even with all my clobber and a full tank of petrol, it doesn't feel like it's close to 250 kg. Like its engine performance, the Grand Tour's dominant handling characteristics depend very much on the selected riding mode. Touring is plush and as expected, on the soft side, but still has control and holds the chassis when you want to make the most of all those frisky Italian ponies. In sports mode, the Marzocchi Skyhook suspension transforms the Multistrada Grand Tour into an exquisitely sporty tourer. The suspension movement and travel reduced with more control when you're pushing hard, braking deeper and accelerating harder. It's amazing how fast you can ride on such a comfortable tourer and do so with so much confidence, as the suspension takes almost anything you can throw at it.